Welcome to The Revolution, where our mission is to make our dollars revolve in our community. True leaders don't step up only when they have something to gain. They step up when they have something to give. The Black community in Tuscaloosa, Alabama is blessed with several true leaders who make positive impacts every day. This week, we're speaking with one of those leaders, Mr. Rodney Pelt, Sr. He's the founder and director of Mind Changers, Inc., a phenomenal mentoring program which seeks to improve the achievement levels of disadvantaged and minority youth. Now he's seeking to take his community leadership to a new level as he campaigns for the District 71 seat of the Alabama State House of Representatives. Let's chat with Mr. Pelt about how he plans to improve the economy of District 71 once elected, and how he's building our leaders of tomorrow through Mind Changers. So welcome to The Revolution, Mr. Pelt.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes, sir. Would you mind just telling the community who you are and why you're running for public office?
Well, my name is Rodney Pelt, and I'm the CEO of Mind Changers. And I just felt like running for office, I can do a lot more good across the District 71 district. Hopefully, I'll be representing in the future. I think we need a voice for the voiceless and give hope back to the hopeless.
And that's definitely commendable. And I just have a few questions about your campaign. I know that most people probably don't realize that most of District 71 is part of what's considered Alabama's Black Belt. So
yes.
The population there is about 65% Black, and not surprisingly, it's one of the most underserved communities in Alabama.
Yes, it is.
So what do you plan to do differently than your predecessors to make sure that the voices in that community are not only heard, but also that their needs are met?
Well, with me, District 71 will be getting a fighter. I'm retired Army. I medically retired in 2010 from the military, and I served 16 years. So I'm a fighter. I'm used to fighting. I served 12 months boots on ground in Iraq, 15 months deployment, and I'm a fighter. I'm a soldier at heart. So I believe in fighting for the people, fighting whether it's in Montgomery or through the local governments and the counties or city municipalities. I believe in fighting for the people, fighting for jobs, fighting for better education, better housing, equal opportunities, just fighting for the betterment and the success of the people of District 71.
And I can attest that through your work with Mind Changers that you are not afraid to go out into the community and get your hands dirty. So I definitely think that you are a good candidate for that position.
Thank you.
So according to the U.S. Census Bureau, the median household income for District 71 is about, I think, $34.5 thousand compared to $43.3 thousand for the state of Alabama. So I know your platform is partially about workforce development. So what do you plan on doing to ensure that the income gap, the almost $9,000 income gap between your district and the state gets filled?
Well, just to bring that home just a little bit more, the disparity in that is Tuscaloosa's median income is way more than that. So it's averaging out there, like Greene County's is way lower than that $34,000 figure. So we got a lot of disparities there. And with workforce development, I believe in partnerships with companies, organizations that will come in and work with not only high school students, kids getting ready to graduate from high school, 9th graders, 10th graders, all the way through high school, partner with those, and we find out what industry is booming at that point in time, which now is automotive. We can get those kids trained into specific jobs, robotics, welding, graphic design, whatever it is, so we can get those kids in a program that's designed specifically for that job field. And also, we can work with workforce interaction with the incarcerated. When we get those young men and women that's coming out of the prison system, jail system, and we can get those trained. Now, we know we have programs in jail that work, but we can better enhance what's there. And we get those, I don't want to say convicts, but incarcerated people better trained, so when they come out, they can re-enter the workforce, trained and ready to go, and work with these companies, have these partnerships. So when this group of incarcerated people, inmates, come out of jail, they automatically qualified to go work at a job, even though they might have a felony or misdemeanors or whatever, they're still qualified to work on their job. So that's the way we can get the community back to working again.
That is really, really awesome. And I know that incarcerated people are one of the populations that are often overlooked, and then we want to look down on them when they don't have a job, but the community has not done anything to try to prepare them for a job. So.
Exactly. We have to really look to those citizens that's, may have fallen by the wayside, but it's been incarcerated during some time. Giving back, paying their debt to society, as they say, and give them a second hand or a second chance. Give them a hand up instead of a handout, and instead of looking down on them, help them be able to reintegrate back into society in a successful way.
Sounds like a great plan there. So would you mind just telling us a little bit about the rest of your platform?
The rest of my platform is really built on education. Educating our people, starting in pre-K or pre-K, if I can say that. Getting our young people educated in reading and writing and math. Back to the old days, reading, writing, arithmetic, as they used to say. Get them really focused on improving the educational system from the elementary level to the primary to the secondary, post-secondary education, and pushing our kids to do more and stop accepting the standard. We need to meet and exceed that standard. We believe in extraordinary around here. Ordinary is okay, but extraordinary is what we reach to be. So we want to educate our people really about how to matriculate through school at a great rate, a great pace. So when they go to post-secondary education or community college or something like that, they'll be able to compete on a higher level and on a global level now. Because the workforce is not just in counties now; it's global. It's a global workforce. So we want to educate our people, and also healthcare. We need to work hard to keep our healthcare system in place. We're losing hospitals all across Alabama. Greene County had to fight to keep their hospital. Wilcox County lost their hospital. I think Pickens County lost their hospital. And we need to fight to keep those systems in place. We need to fight to expand Medicaid in the state. We need to get these underserved areas the proper resources and the proper tools they need to be successful. Because if you keep holding it back, it's always going to go down. And like I always say, if the black belt dies, Alabama will die too.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, people don't realize just how much of our economy is built upon that part of the economy. So I commend you about all of your platform, because I think that by you being in office and succeeding with all those different points, I think that you could really make a difference in not only District 71, but also in the state as a whole.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So what can the community do to get involved in your campaign?
Right now, we're kind of at a slow crawl right now because we have to do fundraising, donations, get our get our stuff in, money's in, so we can be able to campaign on a district-wide race. So just community, just get involved and encourage your fellow citizen, your next door neighbor, to get out and vote. Be educated about who you're voting for and why are you voting. Don't just vote for your friends. You got to vote for your future. Our future is at hand. If we keep accepting the status quo, we always gonna get what we're getting, which is nothing. So we got to be able to understand why we're voting and who we're voting for and why are we voting for that person. So that's what I encourage everybody to do. Donate to our campaign. Check us out on Facebook and our websites out there, voteforpelt.org. So you can go there and donate. And, without money, it's hard to campaign. But, we're going to keep pushing. If we'll knock on every door in District 71, we're going to do that. And we're going to encourage our people to get out and vote for your future.
Okay, I really appreciate you talking to us about your platform. I do want to talk to you about your work with Mind Changers also.
I love it.
So before we do that, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
we are back with Mr. Rodney Pelt Sr. He's been telling us all about his campaign for District 71 for the Alabama State House of Representatives. So I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about your organization, Mind Changers, Inc. So tell us, what is Mind Changers and what made you want to start that organization?
Well, Mind Changers is a nonprofit based here in the city of Tuscaloosa, where we do mentoring and community outreach in underserved areas. And we try to effectively change a child and young adult's mindset from making bad decisions and bad choices to good decisions, good choices, and getting them thinking more about tomorrow instead of about today. What the decision choices you make tomorrow won't affect, what today is going to affect your tomorrow. And let's think long term, and let's make better decisions, wiser choices, so we can be effective and successful in the future to come.
I love that mission, and I've definitely seen a lot of the young people that I know have been through your program and have really benefited from it, so I commend you for that.
Thank you.
I know you've been mainly working out of local schools in Tuscaloosa, but you have recently acquired a new building, so what kind of plans do you have for your new headquarters?
Well, the Mind Changers House, as we call it now, it's going to be an after-school program. It's going to be a new dynamic here in the city of Tuscaloosa, where we're going to, from 3 to 8 every day, we'll be open, and we're going to effectively bring those students that's not in extracurricular activities or doing something after school, working or different things like that. We're going to bring them into our facility and get them off the streets. Because you know, the most dangerous time in a child's life is between 4 and 8. And so after they get out of school, because latchkey kids, as you call them, and they're doing nothing, they're hanging out in the streets. 9 times out of 10, they're in trouble, or maybe getting gangs or violence or drugs and different things like that. So we're going to bring them in, and we're going to have an atmosphere where they can do tutoring, they can get homework. We'll have computers here so they can do different things like that. They can print papers off and do papers, write research papers, whatever they do. We'll have students here from the University of Stillman, Shelton involved to help those high school, middle school students with homework. And then we'll also have a lounge area where the kids can come after they get through doing their studies. They come in, we'll play 2K, Madden, different things like that. Just get the pressures of the day off of them, so when they do get ready to go home, it's time for bed instead of being up on social media and all that. And also, we're going to have a quiet room. We got a partnership with a couple of master in counseling students that get their masters in counseling at the university, and they'll be able to come in and maybe get some counseling, some one-on-one mentoring from a kid. We're going to call it a quiet room, and it's going to be it's going to be no noise in that room at all. Kids just be able to come in and just maybe sit and read or sit and have somebody to talk to, because you know, a lot of kids they don't talk to their parents, they don't talk to other adults in their life. But if we foster an atmosphere where we care about you, we care about your success, maybe they can talk to us and be able to get some off their mind, get some off their chest. Because you know, that way you can might stop suicide, you might stop a fight, murder, homicide. You know, you can stop a lot of things just by talking. So that's what we're going to do at the Mind Changers House. We hopefully we'll be able to change a child's life in some kind of way.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome, and I look forward to coming back and visiting once you get everything
come on,
up.
Anytime. Come on back.
Awesome. So are there any other big projects or programs that Mind Changers has coming up that you'd like the community to get involved in?
We're starting our school-based programs this week. Actually, tomorrow they'll start, and we're going to be at Martin Luther King, Central Elementary, and also West Lawn. We have school-based programs there once or twice a week, working with the 5th graders, trying to get those 5th graders ready, prepared for middle school and for life. At West Lawn, we're working with 6th graders, 7th, 8th graders, going to try to also affect mind change with them, but also we're pushing them into the leadership type role. Because when they leave middle school, they're going to high school, so they kind of form an opinion what they want to be in life. But I feel like if you know you're a leader at first, you'll get out and do those things, what it takes to be whatever you want to be in life. So that's what we're doing with that. And also we have our Partners for Progress initiative starting in the next couple of weeks, where we're bringing in community leaders, want to be mentors, and we're matching those people with students that can one-on-one mentor that student. They'll be required to do 1 hour a week with that student, so it can effectively, hopefully, change that child's life by having somebody in their life that know that they love them and they want to see success in that child, and they care about them. So that one-on-one match would be great for that child, even though, you know, they have parents and stuff like that, but something that somebody else in your life that really cares about you, that can effectively change that child's life, 180 degrees.
Sounds like a very powerful program, so I look forward to seeing what happens with it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for telling me all about Mind Changers. Before you go, make sure that you give everybody your contact information in case they want to get involved in your campaign, or if they want to give money to Mind Changers, or even be a mentor for Mind Changers.
Okay, well, the campaign is Pelt 4, the number 4, district71.org. You can email us there, go on our webpage, actually. And you can see all our information, our issues, our platform and stuff on there. And also you can donate. Scroll down to the bottom of the webpage. You can donate that way. Get involved. Be a volunteer. Email us that way. Also with Mind Changers, same thing, mindchanger1.org, the number 1. You'll be able to participate. You want to be a partner for progress, email us there at mindchanger1.com. Also mindchanger1.org is where you go to the website. Excuse me, I'm talking too fast. I'm sorry. Mindchanger1.org, you can go to the website, see our information about our programs and different things like that. You can email us and just get involved. I give God the absolute glory for everything He's done in my life, and be able to put me at this place where I can be effective for my community. So it's not about me; it's all about Him.
Amen to that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time with me today. So we are going to get back with you and find out what's going on with your campaign a little bit later on, and hopefully we'll have you on the show after you get elected.
Yes, that's right.
So thank you so much.
We're going to speak that.
A revolution is defined as a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. It can also be defined as a single orbit of one object around another, or about an axis or center. The Black community needs a financial revolution. Our current social order just isn't working for us. Studies show that when money comes into an Asian household, it circulates within the Asian community an average of 28 days before leaving that community. For Jewish households, it's around 19 days. For Black households, it's a depressing 6 hours, and we wonder why so many of our communities are impoverished. It's up to us to overthrow this social order of mental and economic enslavement and create a new system of unity and cooperative economics. Let's support each other and make our dollars revolve in our community. We'd like to thank Mr. Pelt for sitting down with us today to explain his campaign platform and to tell us about the awesome work he's doing with Mind Changers. I hope this episode of The Revolution inspires you to get more involved in local politics and in building our future leaders. It's our duty to actively support those who actively support us. It's time to create a strong economy for Alabama's Black Belt and to make proactive monetary investments in our future. Let's support each other and make our dollars revolve in our community. Hotep family.